Dricus Du Plessis drops intense training footage. MMA World reacts. Dricus Du Plessis has just released some jaw-dropping training and sparring clips, and the MMA community, including Joe Rogan, is buzzing. The footage has sparked heated discussions about how his upcoming showdown with Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 319 might actually play out.
Yeah. Dricus is fucking scary. That's a guy who's so big for 85. Dricus looks awkward when he fight. He moves different, but that movement and that awkwardness makes him difficult with time. It's like his timing is off.
I think he's going to come in and really try to like put like a hard grappling pace on Sean, but Sean's hard to take down. Like you don't see many guys taking Sean down. Like
he gets hit the least, and he spars the most.
And that's why I think DDP has a good chance.
We'll see. I'm very interested to see who prevails.
I think people don't understand when you're in there and you got a guy that never fucking takes a step backwards.
Right.
It doesn't throws you off. You never can plant.
Right.
So you're not hitting your power shots. You're not doing the damage that you would if you were dictating. You're not going on your terms when you're going backwards the whole time. And that's why I think DDP has a good chance, because he's going to fight for that center to walk forward.
Right.
He's a guy that walks forward. Sean walks forward. I just think because DDP kind of falls over his knee when he attacks, I think he's going to get Sean to move back.
Yeah, but DDP fought real well, man. Such a smart strategy, man. Dricus Du Plessis, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a problem.
He's wild.
He's a tough puzzle to figure out.
He's a tough puzzle. Very tough fight to figure out. Man, they did a fucking great job of setting up, throwing that low kick, switch kick to the body, kept that pace up for the entire 5. Big fucker for 185, too. That's a big fucker.
Some fans believe the clips hint at a brand new strategy designed to dismantle the undefeated phenom. For months, the narrative around this fight has been simple: Khamzat, the unstoppable force, and Du Plessis, the gritty but doubted champion. Now, that perception is shifting. For the first time, many are openly wondering if Du Plessis could be Chimaev's worst stylistic nightmare.
Talk to me about that main event, DDP versus Khamzat Chimaev.
I just don't get why Du Plessis has achieved so much, because and again, I say it sounds like, I keep saying it. Sometimes you can spar some, like new guys in the gym, just like they don't have the experience, but they hit you because they do some crazy stuff. They can wing their hands and just do random stuff and it lands because it's not a conventional punch or it's not a conventional kick. That's what Du Plessis represents for me, but at the highest level. But one thing he does exceptionally well is he knows how to grind out a win. He seems to find his way to success. I'm telling everybody, this will be the last time I bet against him. If he beats Khamzat, I'm never betting against him ever again. Like, I'm literally ever again. I don't care if you lot are telling me he's going to be fighting John Jones.
Khamzat Chimaev is next.
Do you think it's different with Du Plessis?
He can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. In terms of, like, the grappling that he possesses seems magnitudes greater than anybody else in his division.
Khamzat over here. Salam. Congratulations on your win. Wanted to get your thoughts on Dricus as a champion, his run so far, and what do you make of his grappling?
What do you think, guys? How I done with this guy, Rob? How he done? Rob took him down. So if Rob took him down, so there is salam alaikum.
As an Izzy fan,
I think the Strickland thing is, I don't know how you solve that puzzle.
He might not want an immediate rematch.
I don't blame him.
He might be like, we need to make some serious adjustments. Du Plessis Strickland's interesting. Dricus Du Plessis versus Izzy for the #1 contender.
Oh, that is interesting.
Take my fucking money. Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Why, you got, who do you have on that?
I don't know. I don't know now. You know what? I'm done calling fights. Dude, I don't know now. After watching that, man, like, Dricus is fucking scary. The way he beat the fuck out of Robert Whittaker, who saw that coming? Especially after Whittaker and Adesanya had a very close second match. And then he's so big, dude.
He hits so hard.
Every time I shake his hand, I'm like, how the fuck are you 185 pounds?
Yeah.
He looks like a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And now you give that guy confidence after you beat a guy like Robert Whittaker, who was always the guy with, Izzy's not champ, Whittaker's the fucking guy, and he starched him.
Chimaev has built his reputation on relentless pressure, suffocating wrestling, and breaking opponents' wills. But Du Plessis is a different kind of puzzle: unorthodox angles, heavy hands, and a refusal to back down. He doesn't fold under pressure. In fact, he often turns adversity into fight-winning moments.
Khamzat's kind of shut down the activity rumors. He says, look, if I win this fight, I would like to fight in Abu Dhabi, but say it doesn't go his way. Do you think that his activity slows down and we don't see him again for a long time?
That's a very good question. There's no way. Abu Dhabi is like in October, right? No, that's not happening. Yeah, I think after Saturday night, it's going to be time to go and maybe do some introspection, saying, okay, how are we approaching this? Because I don't know where he's at on a mental level. You know, he's so certain that he's becoming world champion, and I'm here to say no. There's no way you're becoming world champion. Well, I'm the champion. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's always, I've tasted my first loss. I know what it feels like. It sucks. It really sucks. But that's where character comes in. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets up from this.
He looked better in the last fight. Obviously, it didn't last long, so we didn't get to see it. But normally, he's like Crash Bandicoot the first round, and then his energy dips. But if he's able to manage his energy and manage his muscular endurance, I don't see anybody beating him.
DDP has been interesting, though.
I feel like Dricus is very underrated for a belt over here.
But that's the thing. If anybody was to, it would be Dricus, because that is the muscular endurance. If you don't kill him and get him out there in that first round, second round, then you're gonna have a problem for the rest of the fight.
DDP versus Khamzat.
Yeah.
Holy, I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice. And dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like, I remember watching it and thinking, like, I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking, like, Izzy looked good. You know, DDP took over, but dude, Izzy was, for the most part, dominating the fight. And then that fourth round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, you know, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight. So I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet. But yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now.
This is why the possibility of Du Plessis meeting Chimaev's wrestling head-on has fans intrigued. The footage shows explosive hip movement, aggressive sprawls, and rapid scrambles back to his feet, suggesting he's preparing to fight off takedowns instead of simply avoiding them. If he can neutralize Chimaev's top weapon, his own brand of chaotic offense could take over.
Who do you think wins that fight between DDP and Khamzat?
I don't think that Du Plessis is wrestling even close to Khamzat. When we watch fight with Whittaker, he just take him down and he just like break him. And Khamzat still have big power of punching, right? He can just turn off your light by one punch.
Yeah, but DDP looked crazy strong and big in his last fight against Sean Strickland.
He even bigger than Du Plessis. Yeah.
No way.
Of course he is, bro. He's big and strong as hell. I don't know how much it's in pounds, but he more than 100 kg.
Khamzat, yeah, so you said he's looking good. He's also training with Sam Calavita, TJ Dillashaw's old trainer. He's training here, fighting Dricus, who's been a great champion so far. So what do you make of that matchup?
It's hard for me to go against anybody that's training at Jackson. You know, you got to Khamzat, he's always been a beast every time I've seen him fight. So I'm going to go with Khamzat. I think he's going to take it.
Which round?
I'm thinking around like the third round. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Is Khamzat going to be able to take me down? Absolutely. Absolutely, he'll be able to take me down. This is how a fight works. I would hope so. Isn't he like some Swedish champion or something? I would hope he could take me down. But then he has to deal with me on the ground. And he has to keep me there. Can I take Khamzat down? Absolutely. Am I going to take Khamzat down? Absolutely. I'm not scared of Khamzat wrestling. I'm not evading. I'm not trying to stay off the ground with Khamzat. That's the mistake everybody makes.
The King of Africa, DDP, taking on Khamzat Chimaev.
I don't know anymore, man. I used to think, you know what, DDP's got him. But Chimaev is truly on a different level. I'm leaning towards DDP. Chimaev is a round one guy.
If Chimaev cannot get him down,
he will.
I think DDP is going to do what he does best. He's going to be awkward.
It's going to be a my turn fight. I think DDP will start the first round with... This might sound like such a casual take. What do you think about DDP shooting on Chimaev? If you shoot at the same time, I'm going to head clash with you. Take fights on your terms.
Yeah.
If he gets the better of you, which he will, and if he takes you down, don't try and get back up. If you're going to end up on the ground, but you can decide. How does Chimaev work from full guard?
Why are you so intelligent?
Yeah, I think Khamzat's an incredible fighter, but you're fighting in the top 5 of the UFC. Everybody's incredible fighters. Khamzat is an absolute animal, absolutely. But I mean, you look at the Gilbert Burns fight, which you could have scored either way. You look at the Kamaru Usman fight, and you go, yeah, he did beat Robert Whittaker. But obviously, his teeth broke back. It's unfortunate. He is really good, so deserving of a title shot 100% after that performance. And I had my own selfish reasons. I was more excited to fight a Khamzat. It's just an idea that I'm running by. John Jones is the only current American UFC champion, right?
Yep.
So now you have to ask your question. UFC is a massive American company.
Oh,
obviously.
shit. You actually right, because when you think about it, everybody who comes out, there's only one American flag, and that's John Jones. 170. Who's 170 champ? That's Bilal Muhammad. Yeah,
Bilal.
you're kind of right.
I can't believe you just said, who is the 170 champ?
Oh, that's the best here. The dude is a weapon. He's a true warrior. And I can say that firsthand because he beat me, right? The same cumbersome throwing punches, right? It's funny. I saw the same moment Adesanya had in that fight, in his fight, that I had in my fight. And it was somewhere in the first round where you see the punches, you move out of the way of the punches, and you realize, like, he's slow. I can see them. Like, I got this. Like, it's almost like you're like, this is too easy. Like, I can see everything. And then all of a sudden it hits you. Then he starts climbing on you when he starts closing that gap a little bit more. Like, he starts risking it a little bit more, like lunging into his shots, and it closes that inch that you thought you were safe by a little bit. Then there's a factor of his power, and he's got power.
Chimaev loyalists aren't convinced. They point to his domination of Gilbert Burns in the clinch, his rapid finish of Kevin Holland, and his ability to control elite fighters on the ground. They predict Du Plessis will be overpowered, taken down, and finished. But Du Plessis supporters see him as a fighter built for chaos, someone who may look winded at times but somehow keeps pouring on pressure until the final horn.
Who you got, Chimaev versus DDP? I've got DDP over Chimaev. I've got Dricus Du Plessis winning. I think Dricus survives round 1 and finishes Chimaev in the later rounds. Dricus has a really good fundamental base in jiu-jitsu and submission grappling, and it's something that not a lot of people know about. Dricus is bigger, stronger, I think more gritty and heart. He has more heart than Whittaker by far. He's tougher, he's more durable. He doesn't have the teeth problems that Whittaker had. So I think he's going to break Chimaev in the later rounds.
It's a big fight week. Your first opportunity to fight for a UFC title, and already you've got to see your opponent. You bumped into Dricus in the hotel. Talk to me about what that was like, and are you surprised he was so friendly and respectful?
What should he do? I don't know. I don't anything pressure, like what I said, like not take personal, just we're doing our business, fighting and having fun, doing some Twitter shit. I don't know how to do, but I try.
You're not bad, it's okay.
Yeah.
When you look at Dricus's fights in the UFC, which one do you think is his most impressive victory?
All of his last fights, he done good, done well,
When we look at this fight, I think everyone expects round 1 to be crazy, right? You come out very aggressive, he's going to try and meet you. Do you expect the same thing? Do you think, hey, I'm just going to come out here and put it on him right away?
I don't know, we'll see in the cage, bro, so it's too early to think about these things. When I see his face, then it's different. What did you say?
If Dricus comes tomorrow at the press conference and says things, calls you words and stuff like that, does that stuff bother you anymore? Or do you just think, oh, it's just talk?
All the fighters talk, but nothing is gonna change here. Everyone has to fight in the cage anyway, so whatever he says, I don't care about. So I'm come here and to beat him up and take my money and go home.
Khamzat, right here. We just saw that video of you wrestling with Daniel Cormier in the lobby. How did that feel? How much did he weigh to pick him up?
We were just joking, He's a great wrestler, great fighter, so always when I meet him, he's a good guy, great man, so yeah.
Stakes at UFC 319 are enormous. Chimaev has shined under bright lights, but the Burns fight showed cracks when things didn't go his way. Du Plessis will likely aim to recreate that kind of chaos. Physically, he also has the size advantage as a true middleweight, while Chimaev has been bouncing between divisions, something that can wear on even the most disciplined fighters.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his It's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he has a gun and I have a tank when it comes to strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to overpower me. It's not going to happen. Once it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
De Renner has trained with both of them. He said there's going to be an early storm by Chimaev, but he believes Dricus can sustain the storm, and each passing minute favors Dricus. Now, what he's talking about is conditioning. You asked me about that fight 2 years ago or a year ago, even 6 months ago. I would have quickly dismissed it and told you Chimaev. I would tell you Chimaev every single round. But I don't feel that way anymore. I feel and I'm seeing what other people are feeling and seeing. The greatness of Dricus, it is something that is now not only witnessed, but recognized.
Dana White confirms Khamzat Chimaev is next.
Dricus Khamzat is a pretty big fight that you guys could put on right now.
Yeah. I would give DDP the advantage over Khamzat right now.
Styles make fights, and you've never seen Dricus fight. Good wrestler, and Khamzat's one of the best.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your
But I
legs.
look at
And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut.
Yeah.
For Khamzat, it's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
But again, he gassed out against Usman. Usman went up to 85.
Usman's a world champion, you know. In the third round, Usman did what a world champion does. He rallied.
Khamzat and DDP for next fight. Who do you think's going to walk away as the champion here?
I can't see anyone really stopping Chimaev's takedowns. Like, his takedowns are so hard to stop. It's super high level. Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can it get through the first grappling exchanges and then start to capitalize on his just like persistence, like doggedness to go away? Honestly, if Chimaev can't get DDP out of there, DDP wins. DDP wins almost every fight. You can't get rid of him, right? Because he's like mold, dude.
UFC came out, speaking of dingers, UFC came out with some freaking bombs.
Really?
They announced Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira, Khamzat, DDP in Chicago.
Khamzat, DDP.
Who you got in that? Let's start with that. Khamzat, DDP, who you got?
I got
a feeling DDP wins that.
I have Khamzat.
I don't.
Yeah.
If Khamzat can get done the first round and a half, maybe, I just think that thing goes past the third and DDP takes over. I think he TKOs him.
I think Khamzat is a better striker, and I think Khamzat's a better wrestler, and I think DDP is a killer. But I think it's Khamzat's time.
Could be totally off on Khamzat. He's a minus 200. Dude, take my fucking money.
Really? You got DDP?
Yes. Especially as a dog. I figured it'd be the favorite.
I have to say,
I figured DDP would be like a minus 150. Well, Khamzat, I look at the Gilbert Burns fight. You know, you look at the Kamaru Usman fight. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but he did out wrestle Kamaru a lot.
And it was a real battle. Those guys went back and forth, and it went to the third round. I'm just sharing. Like, Dricus did not come out of that ring that night. We're all going, oh my goodness. The best fighter in the world, but he said he was. He felt it after that fight. Darren Till's a hard night out for anybody. Maybe we got to relook at that match, don't we? At any rate, we'll make this mouthy guy. We'll make him go away. We'll put him in co-main event spot. We'll move him right up the card and we'll put him opposite Robert Whittaker. Nobody's ever beaten Robert Whittaker that couldn't call themselves world champion. Very interesting stat. He's never lost to a guy that wasn't world champion. Now, there's one exception, which is Chimaev, but his opportunity's coming up. All right, great. Just before you think you have to leave me a comment. Now, goes out there and he dominates him. All right. Well, Robert Whittaker had an off night. And we'll figure out what to do with this guy. He's not a star. He's not main event ready. He's not going for the world title. And then X and Y happen, and they turn to Z, which was Dricus, and they bring him in for the world title against Sean Strickland. And I'm just sharing a little bit of Dricus's past, but that's a very hard night out to get over on Sean, particularly at that time. Sean was firing on all cylinders. There was no excuse. Two guys fought, and one guy was better at it. All right. And then Dricus draws into Izzy. And it was the kind of outcome that, for whatever reason as human beings, we don't graze the winner, we come away with more of a pulling down of the loser. Well, Izzy underperformed. Does Izzy still have it? Should Izzy retire, right? It's a very common thing, but it's a flawed mentality of the MMA fan and viewer.
The verbal jabs have been subtle but telling. Chimaev has dismissed Du Plessis as too sloppy to be elite, claiming he won't survive on the mat. Du Plessis has fired back, calling Chimaev reckless and untested against someone who can push back without breaking. Fans are divided, some predicting Chimaev's hype train will derail, others believing Du Plessis' reign will be short-lived. One thing is certain, when that cage door shuts at UFC 319, this won't just be about the middleweight title. It's a battle for legacy. If Du Plessis wins, he silences the doubters and cements himself as the man who toppled the UFC's most feared contender. If Chimaev wins, his dominance becomes undeniable.